Yeah, when you and I were in school, it was A for Apple. Now I think it is A for AI. That is the way how AI is moving and how popular it has become, right? I would focus on IT and OT since you mentioned that. I would say bringing in resiliency to being less reactive and more proactive.
So it's great that you have a background of finance, digital transformation, and security. Uh,
You will keep
so
hearing the term profit, EBITDA, top
yeah,
line,
I'm
bottom
really
line.
enjoying a lot of learning as well.
I will say CA mindset because the CA mindset gives you business.
Hi everyone. I know Udit Pahwa, it's been a long time, and this is the very first time we got an opportunity to having him in DDM Talk podcast. Hi Udit.
Hello,
Welcome
Anjali.
to Digital Tech Media DTM Talk podcast. How are you feeling
Thank
today?
you. My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's been a long time we are talking about this that we'll do your podcast, but now I think it's finally will be like together. So first question is like what do you think about it, your journey, finance to digital transformation?
Yeah.
And if you want to tell about maybe in your storytelling session, like what do you think, it's been so many years you in this industry and transformations, so like I want to know in a storytelling session, 2 or 3 minutes in your your story.
Yeah. So, Anjali, this is a question which everybody asks me after qualifying in finance and accounts and law. What am I doing in technology? So, this traces back to my days of CA articleship, where we have to train for 3 years. I used to sit with a group of software developers. So, my articleship firm had a software firm as well. And during my audit days, we used to use Fox Pro 2.6 at that point in time for programming. Uh, Whatever audit work I used to do in 2 to 3 days, I sat with the developers. They used to furiously write some piece of code in Fox Pro and do that work, accomplish the same work in maybe a few hours, half a day. And that got me interested in technology. So purely out of interest, I started learning Fox Pro. I started learning all the contemporary technologies at that point in time. And then after a few years, I decided to change my career from finance accounts to technology because I thought if I amalgamate the two together, the two domains together, I think it will be more productive. And that's how I stepped into technology as a career.
Wow. So I also want to know that outside the technology, what is your hobbies? What do you want to do? And your free time. What is your things you want to do that?
So, if you are asking me what is my passion outside work, several of them, but top on the list, I would say, is my love for animals and birds. I love spending time looking at birds which come to my balcony. I have
Okay.
kept feeding trays for them, and I can spend hours looking at them playing in the balcony, feeding themselves, bathing in the water balls that I've kept over there. And apart from this, I would say teaching is also a passion for me. I do visit a lot of academic institutions to take guest lectures.
Okay.
And this probably I have inherited in my genes because my mother retired as a college professor.
Wow. So you mean to say that reading is kind of a family heredity?
Yes, you can say that.
Okay. Now for the technology session, I would like to invite Jadip Ruparelia, InfoPercept MD and CEO, and he will be taking forward for the technology questions to you, Power 5 segment and rapid fire, where he will be asking you the some technology and the fun questions. Over
Okay.
to you, Jadip.
Thanks, Anjali, for handing out over to me. And Udit sir, always pleasure talking to you, and
Likewise.
great opportunity to interact and have a fireside chat with you. Uh, I heard your story about you transforming from finance to IT, and I have heard you in the security space also. So, wanted to know from you that how do you see digital transformation and security transformation differently?
I think both are interlinked in the contemporary age today, digital transformation, by definition, is changing the way you operate and work, enabled by digital technology, right? And security transformation today rides on the digital transformation. Uh, Traditionally, security was, just the perimeter, and I am preaching to the preacher, you coming from a security background, but you would know that today security is everywhere. And the more digital we become, the more connected the world is becoming, the perimeter is boundaryless. So, dovetailing the security transformation, it has to ride on the digital transformation and go in parallel, is what I understand. Which means that every time we think about a digital transformation initiative, in parallel, it has to take the security angle along with it. It should be along with it and not an afterthought or a tick mark. So that's, I think, how digital transformation and security transformation will coexist.
Super great. So, as a next question, everybody is talking about AI.
Yeah.
The way security is important everywhere, AI is also something every business, like in your case, Blue Star, would have various use cases where AI will be leveraged.
Yeah.
So, how do you see AI speed and governance of AI in perspective of security as well?
Yeah, when you and I were in school, it was A for Apple. Now I think it is A for AI. That is the way how AI is moving and how popular it has become, right? Coming to the speed and governance, yes, AI is getting rapidly adopted, not just with the technology function, but I think a lot of functions independently are adopting AI. And your question was speed and governance. Then I think what is important here is to look at the guardrails. And I previously mentioned that security should not be an afterthought, but it should be along with the journey. So it's about defining the guardrails of how AI should be used, what should be the do's and don'ts. There needs to be a clear cut definition and policy around it. And the position and posture of how AI is to be used in an enterprise or an organization is what will define the governance as well as the speed that it will allow. And whenever we speak about security, the general perception today or the general practice has been that after we develop everything, including AI tools, let's go to the security team for a clearance. This typically does not work in the AI era. It used to work. It used to work earlier when we did not have a boundaryless security to live with, and with AI getting added to the dimension, I think the day you start your discussions around the requirements or the day you build your use case, you need to build the security aspect along with that. If this method and process is followed, then AI with speed and governance can coexist very well.
Super. So now, since we are talking both digital transformation and security, and again adding AI to this,
Yeah.
all this, like whatever we see with digital transformation, whatever we see with security transformation, there is lots of dashboards that are available all
Yeah.
across the business transformation, your security transformation. But now security needs real remediation, because as you said, with AI, it is becoming boundaryless. So now it really needs remediation. So for which, what do you see, like what you need to really do before you get into the next phase of digital transformation, which is where you leverage AI for your digital transformation and you are still vulnerable in terms of various vulnerabilities that are there in the business applications to infrastructure to cloud, and being a company like Blue Star, you would have the OT and IoT as well. So how do you see the remediation should be taken care of, is what I would like.
So you mentioned a lot of points. I think first and foremost, uh, I would focus on IT and OT, since you mentioned that. IT and OT segregation today is more of a need than a luxury in any manufacturing environment. Given that we run a plethora of OT operation systems, giving external access for any kind of update, maintenance is a need, and it can come at any point in time. Hence, the OT segregation is a must. However, do we do OT and IT segregation only for this need? I don't think so. I think it should coexist and it should enable the business to operate with resiliency. So that's the need and the main purpose of IT OT. Coming to your part of dashboards, I think everybody loves dashboards, and I think dashboards as a concept has been there for several ages. And with the explosion of data, structured, unstructured, the number of dashboards has grown. But what do we do with the visualization of that data, right? And to coming to your point, I think what is the need of the hour is for those dashboards to tell you or give you a suggestion that here is the visualization of data, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever n number of outcomes and probable actions that you need to take. For example, let's take the sales dashboard, right? So if I have a sales dashboard and it is going to give me a lot of pie charts, graphs, scatter diagram, nice colored visuals, right? After I take a look at it, it is up to the person who is viewing that data to decipher, okay, what do I do with it now? Here is where you can bring in AI after you contextualize it to your environment and your own data to help you suggest that, fine, if you see the price graph going up, and if you are a manufacturing organization, what will be the probable impact on your cost? And what are the measures or areas that you want to control your cost? What are the possible variable costs which you need to adjust if you want to keep your EBITDA margin intact? I think bringing this aspect of analysis of the data in the dashboards using AI to give further actionable insights, interpretation of that data into actions, is where the next value addition of AI in the data science will come in.
Super. So you talked about cyber resiliency. So as Blue Star, we have a product ecosystem. Then you'll have the service-driven system that you'll have across, and then the entire distribution operations that would be running. So how are you thinking of? I would say rather rethinking of cyber resiliency with everything that is going around.
Yeah. So yes, connected products and the connected ecosystem is exploding. I will not say growing, but it is exploding. And that comes with its own challenges in terms of field. And it comes with its own challenges of data. Because the connected products will generate a lot of data. So keeping that data secure and ensuring that the entire ecosystem is secure is a big challenge, which service providers like you help us mitigate. But your question was more on what is the change or what is the transformation that we are undertaking. I would say bringing in resiliency to being less reactive and more proactive is the change that we are making. To give you an example, we build in redundancies in let's say a network. I will have an n plus n or an active and passive, so that if one fails, the other one is available. How do we do that in a cybersecurity kind of an environment, right? That's the transformation that is needed, because if I have an incident which I need to tackle to, or if I have some breakdown or some breach, how do I ensure that the business continues without a disruption, and the top line and bottom line are protected. So that's the transformation that we are heading towards in terms of cyber resiliency, is to keep the business going and ensure that there is a viable media available for the business to run.
Super. So it's great that you have a background of finance, digital transformation, and security.
You will keep hearing the term profit, EBITDA, top line,
I'm
bottom
really
line.
enjoying a lot of learning as well. But then now, since we are talking digital transformation, security, and you talking about finance aspect as well, but if you have to have one thing that you need to select for next 24 months, one big thing out of enterprise AI, cyber resiliency, intelligent automation, or unified data platform, which would be the one thing that you would like to focus for next 24 months out of all these four?
You're asking me to choose between the devil and deep sea.
Yeah.
I will choose the data platform.
Unified data platform.
A unified data platform. Couple of reasons. AI is data hungry. So if I have my clean and usable data in place, I can apply a lot of AI algorithms and get meaningful insights out of it, right? So, and data is the core. Whether I look at sales and operations planning, manufacturing scheduling, supply chain planning, predictive analytics, you name the business function, or plant maintenance, for example, right? Everything rests on a data point. So if you have your data architecture and purification of data in place, then taking on initiatives like you mentioned dashboards, you mentioned AI initiatives, etc., I think those would be more better suited to be taken on. And of course, cyber resiliency is a given. We are already investing and are invested in cyber resiliency, and that is a continuous journey. So just focusing only on cyber resiliency is that's a given. So I would actually take it out of 3 options and not 4. So the answer for my end is unified data platform.
So it was great talking about digital transformation and security transformation. But with your background, I wanted to have some rapid fire questions with you.
Sure.
You being a CA and now a tech leader, for yourself, what is the mindset that you think? Like, are you a CA mindset or a tech mindset?
I will say CA mindset, because the CA mindset gives you business, and technology is, with due respect, technology, but technology is for business. So I will go with CA mindset.
Super. So the world has moved, everything has changed. People has come out from the normal legacy ERPs. So do you think of business running on cloud native or the traditional ERPs?
I will still go with native ERP, because data is always prime. I wouldn't say cloud native is not data ready, but I think the structured ERPs are much better suited for granular data.
Super. Something very personal to you. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Definitely a morning person.
Great. And coffee or tea?
आप बहुत difficult question पूछ रहे हो. Currently coffee, but traditionally been tea.
Very nice. So one last question.
Yeah.
Which is one app without which you won't survive? One app.
Net banking app.
Net banking app. Super. So yes, really enjoyed interacting with you.
Same
and
here.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Looking forward for the more interactions in the future. Really
Thank you, Jaydeep, for having me on the show. Thank you to Digital Tech Media as well.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you.